Welcome to AlphaCars. My name is Dimitri, and today we're checking out 2022 Ural Gear Up Heritage Pustinja. This bike is one of a kind. As you will see, it's a limited edition model and it has unique custom unicolor paint job. Labor-intensive paint work. It covers nearly all metal parts of the bike. So let's take a closer look and we'll be able to appreciate an amazing attention to detail when this bike was created. As you can see, from little brackets for the throttle cables all the way to the frame of the bike, which is painted in the bike color. You can see the shock springs and caps. Everything is painted in the unicolor, Pustinja color. And Pustinja was originally a limited edition bike produced in 2007, and it was in the sand color. Many years later, we are enjoying all the improvements that you see on these modern motorcycles. So this particular bike, it's a brand new bike, and the Heritage edition, it's something that we came up a few years ago, I think maybe 3 or 4 years ago, when we started to paint bikes in the unicolor. And we reached out to the factory and they're working with us to make these bikes to our standards. You can see the high mount exhaust and all the improvements of the 2022 model year. So this bike comes with very nice extras. The first one is the custom unicolor paint with color match details, black powder coated drivetrain. You can see right here, engine, transmission, final drive, all powder coated at the factory. Spray on liner on the underbody of the Sidecar. You can see it right here. You can barely see that fine line, transition line between the undercoating, which is applied before the paint job is done. And then the bike also have a spray on liner on the inside of the Sidecar. We'll take a look in a moment. And inside the trunk. And another factory option, it has the fuel tank with a storage compartment. We also have a list of our own accessories that we installed on the bike. We have dual front and rear tractor seats. Check them out right here. They're installed and they included in the price. Sometimes we make them optional, but this bike is offered with these seats. We also, on all our assemblies, we do an extra step. We set up the harness for the driving lights that go on the bumper. We run the harness inside the tubular bumper. So you can see the harness enters the bumper right here, and then we run it inside, and then we have this connector, and usually you'd have the driving lights, just like that. You'd have the driving lights. But on the Heritage bikes, we include the driving lights. We do not install them. So we put that in the back, the connector, and the reason we don't install it, because they're a little bit modern looking, and at this point we feel that they take away from the classic look. So let's check out what we have in the trunk. Yep, we have the lights. They're right here. So when we sell the bike, they're pre-assembled. They come with this bracket that you can easily connect. And as I showed you with the wiring harness, they are pre-wired. So we have the Ural bracket. We have all the hardware ready to go. So if you like the looks of them on your Heritage bike, you can just plug them in, tighten up 4 bolts, and you're good to go. We also have grills that you can install. That's an optional accessory, just like on this bike. But from the standpoint of classic look Heritage edition, we supply them. We do not install them. So here it is. Since we already got ourselves in the trunk, we got here the 2022 owner's manual, and we have a comprehensive toolkit. When I say comprehensive, it really is comprehensive. Everything you need to do with the bike, all the tools are there. Actually, let's unroll it and take a look at it. First things first, we have gloves to protect your hands, and then you have the specialty wrenches, basic open-end wrenches, all kinds of wrenches, Allen wrenches, pliers, screwdrivers, specialty wrenches, as I mentioned. So everything that you might need to service the bike, it is included in this tool set. I'll tie it down later, and I'll put the lights in the plastic bag in a moment. So let's remove the tonneau cover. And the tonneau cover is actually pretty special. This is a Sunbrella side cover that is made specifically to match Sahara paint. Well, let's finish up accessories. We have two-wheel drive reverse hand shifter, and this lever you use to put the bike in reverse and out of reverse, and then this lever is used to put the bike in and out of two-wheel drive. Also, this bike comes with a rider windshield with color-matched metal fairing, as well as sidecar windshield with a color-matched frame for the sidecar windshield. I think they are in the sidecar. And actually, to remove the sidecar tonneau cover, I'm doing it with one hand. I have the camera in the other hand. So all we need to do is do this, and here we go. So we have the sidecar windshield with color-matched frame, and we even pre-installed the hardware with locking washers. So that's ready to go, and the brackets are on the frame. I'm going to put it here for now. And then we have a complete bike fairing. There it is. And that goes on the bike, and it has the color-matched metal fairing and the windshield on top of it. The interior of the sidecar is very roomy, and we have the 12-volt power outlet, and you can plug in the adapter for the USB charging ports and a few other things. You can also order a dashboard that we have available, and then we have a pre-wired switch. Right now it is just an open circuit, so you can put a spotlight or anything else you need to have on the controlled switched circuit. And there's a fuse box behind. This fuse box is for sidecar circuits. Both windshields are included in the listed price of the bike, as well as the dual classic seats, as I mentioned earlier. So what else? This is a gear up. There are a lot of cool extras that you get with the gear up. Actually, before we get there, we also, I just noticed, we have the H4 Hella lens upgrade. And we decided for our Heritage Edition, again, to keep it closer to the traditional classic look, we do not use LED bulbs. So these have standard incandescent bulbs that just have that nice warm light. So being a gear up, it's a two-wheel drive model. Here's the glance at the famous two-wheel drive system, and it is unbelievable when you get into those situations when you can use it, when you have to use it. It is unbelievable. It just feels like it's unreal, but it is happening, and two-wheel drive is doing its job. We have the front bumper, as I mentioned before. We have knobby K37 Heidenau tires, which are awesome. We have a adjustable steering, hydraulic steering stabilizer. There are multiple adjustments, and it just enhances the way that the bike feels on the road. As a sidecar bike, Ural is by far the best handling sidecar motorcycle. It is engineered to handle the sidecar, to carry the sidecar, and it really is the only bike that, and I've ridden many different sidecar rigs, and some of them are better than others, and we trade them in, and then, as I said, some of them are better than others, but even those that are better are no match to the Ural when it comes to handling on-road, off the road, to the heavy-duty setup. Look at the front suspension. It's just heavy-duty. It's unbelievable. And, well, it is believable. It's here, right in front of me. It's just unbelievable when you're comparing it to what people do when they add a sidecar to a bike. And again, there are some really good setups. In fact, I have one right here. We're going to be doing a video, so stay tuned for that. That's a great setup, very expensive setup. It's probably one of the best that I've seen as far as adding a sidecar to a motorcycle. But the difference is it was not engineered this way. Ural was engineered specifically to carry the sidecar. And there's a big difference in the geometry of the bike frame, front suspension, rear suspension, suspension spring preloads, and many, many other things, alignments, and again. So we have 2-in-1. Now 2022, it's a factory exhaust. It has all the emission components that are integrated into this, I would say, state-of-the-art, beautiful exhaust system. Let's get the bike started. We are in neutral. Always look at that green light. Oh, we have one other goodie. We have a flasher, hazard flasher kit on this bike. Our Heritage Edition bikes, they pretty much have the same accessories, and currently, right now, we just assembled, we assembled, I think, 4 or 5. We're down to 3. So I have Hunter right here, Heritage Hunter. I have Heritage Ranger, which is right here. And as you can see, it has very similar, probably the same accessories. And I have Heritage Pustinja, which is right here. Nice sound from the exhaust. Beautiful implementation of this exhaust system. Now that the engine warmed up, we can give it a couple of revs. I'm going to position the microphone right here. That's a great running engine, excellent throttle response, and nice sound from the exhaust sound, nice sound from the engine. And we do have a Kickstart. I forgot all about it. And on the later fuel injection bikes, these are not easy to start because you need a full and some revolution of the engine to get it running. But let's give it a try. So I have the ignition on. So let's give it a try. I'm gonna pump it up to get it to as high as possible. Oh, you could see the pump. Well, the 2022 happens to be, I forgot all about it, it happens to be a high compression engine. So to crank this over, you definitely need to put your best effort into it. And with my shoes, I'm having hard time because in order to put where I need to be, like that's where I need to be in order to give it a good solid whack, my shoe is actually catching on this heavy duty bushing. So I'll give it one more try, slightly different angle. Maybe this will work. No, I cannot get it a full vertical push downwards. No, doesn't happen. I guess if there was an emergency, I would just do a push start. To avoid emergencies, always maintain your bike. There is a service schedule in the owner's manual. Definitely follow that and keep your battery charged. Keep it on the trickle charger. We install this little trickle charger harness. We actually install it free of charge on all our new bikes, not only Urals, but we also sell Royal Enfields, and anytime we're servicing or getting a used bike ready for sale, we would always install that little harness, because when you have it plugged in, when you're not using the bike, it makes all the difference when you have the time to go out and to enjoy the bike. Thank you very much for viewing this video from AlphaCars, from our Boxbar location. Don't forget to subscribe, to share, and let us know which videos you like the best by simply clicking the like button. My name is Dimitri, and until next time.